Hi, people. How are you? I hope you're doing great. So, today we're here for the Meet the Engineers live session. So, before we start the session and invite our guests for today, let's know a little bit about NinthSem. So, NinthSem is India's first and only edtech company which upskills core and non-IT learners and make them industry and job ready. We also have courses that help you doing the same. So to support such innovations and drive-throughs, which basically helped us to create these sessions, we have a very earnest guest today, Mr. Ashutosh Behera, for the Meet the Engineers session. He has developed an eco-friendly and scalable way, an alternative to for like industrial waste management. So without any further ado, let's get him on stage and yeah, let's hear from the man itself. Hi Ashutosh, how are you?
Uh, Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. Good evening. Sorry. Good evening to all. Uh, I am Ashutosh Behera. I completed my BTech on 25th of June 2022. Just fresher, you can say. In I completed my BTech in electronics communication engineering background. So after the electronics stream, I have more curious about the energy management and the sustainability and the ecoism and the environment kind of things. So from the beginning of my career, the BTech career, I involve myself in a skill development program like energy, environment, ecosystem, the industrial analysis, industrial energy consumptions. So I make myself convenient and comfort in this type of segment. So I am become towards analyze the real world problems and make sure to make use my intellectuality, make my skills to develop such kind of sustainable prototypes which help the mankind, which helpful to our society. And fortunately, I succeed to build two to three kind of such projects, prototypes, which is recognized by national and state level also.
That is
So
great to hear. It's very mesmerizing.
thank you, ma'am.
So let's hear a little bit more about the project and then we can go up with the presentation that we have created for the viewers. How about that?
Oh, okay. Okay, okay. So basically, energy and the environment. These are two different prospects or two different profiles that we saw in our society or saw in our atmosphere. But they are interrelated to each other because without environment, without sustainability, we can't go ahead to establish a kind of energy platform like ore plant, manufacturing plant, steel plant, or iron plants, etc. These are any kind of manufacturing plant or power plants in our society. So with our energy, with our environment, with our ecosystem, we have to maintain a balance, a bridge or channel to which our industry become green industry or sustainable industry in terms of its finance, also in terms of its environment efficiency. So I think to be as I am from Anugul, Odisha, I typically belong to a totally industrial belt. So in near to my location, I have a plant National Aluminum Company Limited, known as NALCO, which is in Navratna PSU. To near my NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, it is Maharatna in PSU. So they are totally power plants, steel plants in here and there in my living location. So by from my child to from my adult age, I live in this surrounding. I the feel the atmosphere crisis, feel the CO2 and the CO level integrations and the increasing and the ozone layer depletion and their effects to our human and also in our environment and also our biodiversity. I feel very exponentially feel. So from my beginning of my career, I decided to develop such a prototype which because we are in a state of position, we neither come back or another step back, not to we go to the seal the plant or close the plant. We can't because we the energy is our primary requirement. The energy, the power is our primary requirement. We can't close the power plants. We can't close the steel plant because the GDP will totally crash. So as a concerned citizen, as a concerned innovators, or concerned youth, we use our intellectuality, we use our science to develop a prototype which will be at least reduce the emissions, the air pollutions, and make a sustainable, eco-friendly byproducts from them, which will maybe eco-friendly, and increase the industry's financial activities, and also make the industry go green. So in what will be, I will demonstrate in this live session the project I built up. I dreamed to be I built a project which is aiming towards next decade industries, next decade or futuristic industry, a power plant with no chimney. There is, you also saw the power plants having 8 to 9 chimneys in every power plants or steel plants, no doubt. But I dreamed a power plant. I built a power plant and I prove it. I built a power plant with no chimney. No chimney concept. I have power plant and with a green industry, successfully. So this is my motto of the project, and I hope it is a next step towards the zero emission. So it's a overall summarize of my project. So go to the slides.
Yeah. So,
Maybe.
like taking a moment to just appreciate Ashutosh for having such a beautiful thought. I mean, how many of us are there who actually thinks about the next decade? Like, we just can't decide like dinners or like lunches. And talking about something so resourceful, it brings so much thought into it. So, telling you more about this, let's share your presentation and we go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, is my screen visible?
Just yes, ma'am. Now visible.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So that what have I discussed? The it is a next generation eco-friendly industry. What I Because I dreamed or I built a futuristic industry, or you may say power plants or steel plant, which will having no chimney concept, or no chimney means no pollution, no air waste emitted towards our atmosphere, no air waste, no chimney requirement, having a greater eco-friendly tendency, green tendency, with a high volumetric energy efficiency and economical efficiency. So next slide, ma'am, please. The three number three slide, ma'am. Hello,
Yeah. Is my screen not
ma'am.
visible?
Ma'am, number three slide.
This this is the third side. Yeah.
It's not showing me. Okay, okay.
Go do the
It
next
is not.
slide.
Ma'am, it is I want to see the slide of number three. Number three slide. It is not showing me. Okay,
Give me a second. I'll just try to share again.
okay,
Okay. Give me a second, please.
okay.
Okay. So sorry for the technical issue. I
Oh
hope our
no.
audience don't mind.
Okay.
So okay. Is my screen visible, right? So
Uh, just it is. Yes, 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 ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am.
yeah.
So as the initiation of my project, that we are stepped in 21st century, no doubt, and the energy requirement and the energy crisis are going exponential, because the population graph is grow year by year, day by day, and month by month. No, undoubtedly, the population graph increases, the energy graph also. According to that, the energy graph increases. So as per as our population increases, the energy demand also increases. So, but we have the limited resources. Undoubtedly, we have limited demand, because India having this kind of country or developing country which try to shift towards the renewable concept, but not in term of technically and feasibility, still not. It trying, India trying to developing itself in renewability and sustainability. So but it not still happening. So it totally depending towards the limited resources or non-renewable resources like coal concept, like coke or LPG concept. Still it's energy harvesting or energy generation process. So it is, as we using the minerals, as we using the non-renewable energy sources, we having that amount of pollutions in our society or in our atmosphere. So as for the population increases, the energy demand increases, also the pollutions increases. So as a concerned citizen, we what we do, we can neither close the industry, we can neither close the pollution graphs, we neither can close the consumptions of minerals, because it is our primary requirements to harvest the energy. So we can do a thing, we can develop such much sustainable prototype or highly efficient kind of prototype, which will be adaptive or which will be optimized, and try to or willing to reduce the pollution graphs. So please go to the slide number 5, ma'am. I can demonstrate the pollution graphs.
Is it visible?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah,
Can you go to the, yes, no, till now,
yeah,
slide number 5.
I am there. I am not sure why there is an issue.
Okay,
Is it
it
visible?
is not. Okay, not visible to me. Okay, I can manage. You can see the topmost left corner. There is a population graph. The population graph you can see here. The population graph is highly exponentially increases according to year. I am also trying to using by Power BI concept and the Tableau concept. I am able to forecast that at least 10 years. Like it is a graph showing here. The 2000 till the population graph is 2030. So you most of all see that from till 2030, the population graph is likely to be 144 crores and some lakhs in numbers. So you can imagine a population of a country having 144 crores. It's not means it's not a it's highly surprising, because the energy and the limited resources having a great challenge towards the human society to how to manage these energy resources according to the growth of a population. So to tell you that thing, so the population the left corner is the population graph, and the right corner you having to see the thermal energy consumption graph. Thermal energy consumption mean to say that the energy generation from the coal, the whatever energy which will be generated from coal, that is known as thermal energy. So from the year of 2010 to 2020, what will the energy consumption via thermal energy I will be showcase, and after that 2020 to 2030 I will showcase what will be the growth rate. So you may say that the growth rate is near about to 1 lakh 60,000 in 2030, 1 lakh 60,000 in megawatt. In term of megawatt, the energy thermal energy consumptions, which is very high, very high. We have not that kind of limited source. And also if there is any kind of import possibility of coal, so the ash production and the pollution which will be generate in industries and in the power plants, it will be very high. So for why? Due to the this populations and due to thermal energy consumptions, the graph is very high. So please come to the slide number 6, ma'am. Yes, you can
Right?
see the, yes, yes, ma'am. It is the graph of a greenhouse gas emission and the CO2 emissions. You see here the population is sharply increases, the pollution is sharply increases, and the thermal energy consumption is sharply increases year by year. And towards 2030, what will be forecast in 2030 also, the greenhouse gas emission is near about 3,145 something around that in million ton of CO2 emit towards our atmosphere. So what is our atmosphere is going to be here in few decades? It is a very, very, very highly alarming condition to us. So we have, these are my motivations for from why I go to this project, I enroll myself in this project, to develop such a sustainable product which at least make the graph down, The sharply, the exponentially graph may be down, may be exponentially not be sharply down, but it will be reduced, having a reduced tendency or having a minus tendency in greenhouse gas emission or CO2 emissions. So please go to my architecture at the section 8, ma'am. So yes, this is my architecture of a next generation eco-friendly industry. What will we have do? I have to what will I have did? A totally summarized thing is here. So from I totally waste treatment, industrial waste treatment in term of that in industries or power plant, I take the air waste, the polluted air waste which is passed via chimney to the atmosphere. So we collect this polluted air or flue gas and make a treatment procedure. In treatment procedure, we go through some new eco-friendly byproducts and increase the efficiency of industry and make it more green. So, ma'am, please for it more focus, go to the section number 9, 9. Okay, there is another graph 10, not 10, 10. 10, yes, it is the totally view broadened view of gas section. So in this year, my project start from after any kind of a granular activity or coal refinery activity or coal to power production activity, the flue gas are passes via electrostatic precipitator. After electrostatic precipitator, from moisture contamination reduction, it go through the economizer, and after economizer, it go to the chimney, go higher to the chimney, and after chimney it passes to our atmosphere. So my challenge is collect the gas from economizer to chimney. In between economizer to chimney, I collect the gas, and the gas which is passes through economizer is high temperature. So in at high temperature we can't do any kind of chemical activities or radioactive therapy in that temperature. So we have to maintain the temperature at its ambient level. So in first phase, I would have to collect all the temperature, and as you will see that after the chimney, I have some chambers here, three chambers there. So in three chambers, I will collect the surplus flue gases which will be passes through chimney. The gases which will passes through chimney now are collected in these chambers. The chambers are a totally concrete built and evacuated. There is no additional oxygens available before the gas will be passed to the chamber. So it is totally evacuated and incubated concrete chambers, in which I will collect the industrial flue gas, which is totally highly impure to industrial flue gas. Then these flue gases having a fluoride contaminant, fluoride having 200 milligram per Newton meter cube, particulate fluid having 50 to 100 milligram per Newton meter cubic, SO2 sulfur dioxide having 1500, and NO2 having 600 to 700 milligram per Newton meter cubic. And as you for your better concern or for better knowledge, I want to share that the I here I eradicate or totally remove out the fluoride part, the SOx, sulfur dioxide part, and the NOx, the nitrogen dioxide part from the entire flue gas. Because the fluoride and sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are the three main ingredients or main composition which are strictly responsible for this alarming condition. And there, and you are not, you are also knowing the an annoying situation that the thyroid problems and bone density loss problems are due to this fluoride gas, the fluoride contamination and SO2 contamination, which is the main cause of thyroid. And the thyroid is how much dangerous as a concerned citizen. We know what a difficult situation are passes by a thyroid patient is only the patient know the how will be difficult, so difficulties. So I will try to eradicate the fluoride part, the SO2 part, and the NO2 part from the industrial air waste which is passes through the in a from the chimney to our atmosphere. So in first phase, we will try to make a ambient temperature of flue gas, which will passes from our industrial chimney. The gas will passes from industrial chimney. We are not passes the gas to the chimney. Now we collect the gases and stored in the concrete chambers. Then a wounded pipeline around the outer wall of the line are wounded. pipelines. So pipelines carrying coolant oil, coolant waters, having coolant waters, which will make ambient temperature inside the wall or inside the concrete wall. So when the gas stored in the concrete wall, in a few seconds or few minutes, the temperature will be ambient of the flue gas. So while there is a stable temperature of the gas, we can go through the further chemical process or further refining process. Now in first stage of refining, we go through the multiple electrostatic precipitator. In multiple electrostatic precipitator, we have used multiple dust collectors, we have used multiple exhausters, we have used multiple membranes, from micromembrane to macro to and nanomembranes. We have used multiple dust collectors, and they are capable to eradicate all the dust particles, all the solid dust particles. So the solid particles which are 50 to 100 milligram per Newton meter cubic are now eradicated by our multiple dust collector or multiple electrostatic precipitator. So in first stage, we eradicate all the solid particulates from our waste flue gas, which is go to the atmosphere. So after first stage of purification, we go to the second stage purification. In second stage of purification, we are going to extract all the fluoride from our flue gas. So to extract the fluoride, we are design a incubated acrylic chamber in which we are reinforce alumina powder Al2O3 alumina powder in 5 to 7 kg centimeter cubic pressure. In this pressure, when alumina powder or Al2O3 reinforced with our flue gas, the Al2O3 alumina powder is charged with our fluoride. The gas containing having a fluoride that is 200 milligram per Newton meter cubic, having a fluoride contamination. That fluoride now charged with alumina powder Al2O3 and make a new byproduct AlF3. The fluoride part of the gas is now released out, and a new byproduct is arise, that is AlF3, known as alumina fluoride. Alumina fluoride is a very highly demanded product in our up to date routine works in alumina power plants or alumina manufacturing plant, because aluminum is a very sensitive material, it having highly sensitive melting point and boiling point. So in aluminum industry, while aluminum casting process is going on, there are some positive catalyst like known as cryolite, which is imported from France. The cryolite, the positive catalyst which is imported from France, are used in a positive catalyst in aluminum casting. So aluminum casting to maintain its melting and boiling temperature. So which is so alumina fluoride, which is now it will be discovered or now as a byproduct resulted from our industry LF3, to due to fluoride interact with Al2O3. There AlF3 is our new byproduct. AlF3 is ready to replace the cryolite in industry. Now our AlF3 is ready to replace the cryolite, so which is now imported from other industries or from France. Now we are now the industry having not any kind of a thing to pursue or purchase the cryolite from France. They are already developed in our waste treatment plant. In their waste treatment plant, if an industry having its own waste, own air waste, then then the industry can make its own cryolite with a minimal cost, which is very much cost to the industries. Now it is in a very minimal cost, and in a against we eradicate all the fluoride from our flue gas. First we eradicate all the all the fluorides. Then against of the eradication of fluoride, we are come over a new byproduct which is known as AlF3, alumina fluoride, having a high tendency of cryolite, and its specification is almost equivalent to our cryolite. So it is scalable, and it is also very much easy to marketing, and having a very much high economical cost of high economical efficiency towards the industry. So in the second stage, we eradicate the fluoride, and we come over new product AlF3. Then we come over a concept with eradicate of SO2 and NO2. So for the extraction of SO2 and NO2 from the flue gas, we use another incubated chamber. In incubated chamber, we are going to sprinkling water, saline water, simply saline water we are sprinkling in a pressure of 7 to 8 kg per centimeter cube. When SO2 and NO2 at the sprinkling, when a SO2 and NO2 react with water, the SO2 and NO2 are partially polarized in water, partially polarized. So from the from our flue gas, the SO2 and NO2 are simply eradicate, and the rest of the flue gas is passes. So now our flue gas having no fluoride contamination, no sulfur dioxide contamination, no nitrogen oxide contamination. But while extraction of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide from our flue gas, the water is highly acidic. The water is highly acidic. The water is highly acidic, known as formation as a dionitrogen solution. The now the solution is whatever it is made in, but you have to make a better understand. When the gas, when the water is sprinkling over the flue gas, so there is blended of water and gas, then the SO2 and NO2 are removed, but the water where is rest of the chamber, what is rest in chamber, that water is highly acidic. So we are here to refine a industry, refine the waste of industry. So now we are getting a new acidic solution which is again hazardous. So for this hazardous, we are going to again refine of the acidic water, which is known as dionitrogen solution. This dionitrogen solution having a highly hazardous composition, having 2,3 dionitrogen solution, having a composition of 77.16%. So to remove out this, we pass the dionitrogen solution to a next chamber, means the acidic solutions we pass to the next chamber. At this chamber, we having a static motor which is blended the dionitrogen solution, and according to our solution or according to our quantity of a solution, we add 1 to 5% of water in it. Then the static motor is rotate and it is blended the water and the dionitrogen solution. It blends at a temperature of 70 degrees Celsius to 85 degrees Celsius temperature. At this, after maintaining 10 to 15 times, the blended solution is passed to a coal casing filter. For your better knowledge or better understanding, coal casing filter is a static filter in which filter is used to make a separation between nitrogen solution from water. It able to extract from acidic solution from a water. If there is a contamination of hydrogen sulfides or contamination of H2SO or contamination of HNO3, it can able to easily extract from water. So so the blended solution for dinitrogen solution and the addition of some of 1 to 5% of water which is going on, it is passes to the coal casing filter. In coal casing filter, the filter is horizontally placed and in a static position for 10 to 15 minutes. And due to H2SO for having a lower volumetric density comparison to HNO3, the H2SO for solution is float above the water surface, and the HNO3 solution is float below the water surface. So now the H2SO for solution and HNO3 solution is separated by a water surface zero line. So by using some minimal vacuum pressure, we can eradicate the concentrated H2SO, and by from downward same vacuum pressure, we can eradicate the HNO3. Then the rest saline water is passed through a RO membrane by using reverse osmosis process and membrane concept and UV sterilization. We again got this pre-saline water which is before. Then the pre-saline water again go to the same chamber in which the water sprinkling process is going on to eradicate the SO2 and NO2. So here we are not going to use any additional water sources. We are using the same water source, same water quantity, same in a recycle, in a loop wise manner. When the water is acidic, we go for the reverse osmosis process and go through the our membrane processes and make the water again saline and pass to the our incubated chamber, and again SO2 and NO2 part is reduced. And here we got H2SO4 and HNO3 as a byproduct. The H2SO4, whatever we got, that is a concentrated H2SO4, and the HNO3 is a concentrated liquid HNO3. So these are having a wide exposure in our fertilizer industry, in our dye-ice production industries, in our pesticide industries, in chemical industries. We are large scopes. So by searching, you can see a better statistical and market approach that a 1 liter of concentrated liquid H2SO4 having 55 rupees in our market, having a wholesale price, and concentrated liquid HNO3 having 45 to 50 rupees. So again, now industry make its the again our industry's waste use as a raw material of another industry. So there is a cordial biodiversity maintained between a power plants and power industries towards with a pesticides plant, towards with the agriculture plant, towards the fertilizer plants. So in two steps we able to extract the fluoride, we are able to extract the SOx, we are able to extract the NOx also, sulfur dioxide also extracted, nitrogen dioxide also extracted, and fluoride also extracted. On the against of this, we got three new products, three new by eco-friendly products. That is, one is AlF3, aluminum fluoride, which will be replace the cryolite, then H2SO4, then HNO3, which is used in fertilizer industry, agriculture industry, and our refinery or food and beverage or packaging kind of industries. So now our the flue gas, which will be now at waste in our control, that is having very small amount of hydrogen sulfide, very small amount of hydrogen, very small amount of CO2, and some moistures. So now the flue gas is collected and stored in another incubated chamber. So now we go to the transformer concept. So please go to the next slide, ma'am. So this is the transformer, because a power plant, it having also, it having undoubtedly it having transformers, a lot of number of transformers and number of rectifiers. So each transformers use 45,000 liter of coolant oil to operate its daily activities or routine operations, whether it is a step up transformer, whether it is a step down transformer. But due to atmospheric dispatch or atmospheric hindrances, there will be generation of methane, hydrocarbons, and hydrogen in it at every 10 to 15 days. So the industry, what are doing, if there is a generation of hydrocarbons and hydrogen, they simply opposite to position and extract the coolant oil and grounded it. So whatever there is a soil pollution, there is water pollution, and there is again methane radiation due to its ozone layer depletion again occur, and GHG gas emissions are going up. So in our process, what we'll do, by using dissolved gas analyzer process, we make sure of each 10 to 15 days what will the concentration of a coolant oil in the chamber, what will the concentration. If the hydrocarbon concentration is increasing day by day, if the hydrogen concentration is increasing day by day, we simply opposite to position and draw out all the coolant oil, draw out all the coolant oil and extract by our gas management system. We extract all the methane, all the hydrogen, and again refill the coolant oil to the transformer. So there is no process to underground the coolant oil, whatever are going on by the industries traditionally. But in our concept, we make sure we again use the coolant oil, but we are not going to use, but we are going to use the coolant oil by refiltration. After extract the methane, extract the hydrogen, we can recycle the coolant oil. So here our methane and hydrogen is extracted, and methane and hydrogen extracted, and our coolant oil is reformed. So methane and hydrogen extracted, some of methane now going to the chamber which is pre-filtered, the chamber which I have discussed, and having a pause there, the chamber having now no fluoride, no sulfur dioxide, no nitrogen dioxide, having little amount of hydrogen, little amount of moisture, little amount of CO2, and little amount of hydrogen sulfides at best. That amount, that is the concentration of our current flue gas. So here we are getting enormous amount of ample amount of methane from these transformers, because the industry having all over total 45, above than 45 of transformers, and above than 90 to 92 rectifiers. So we are in a bulk, we are getting a very high amount of methane which are going waste. So we got the methane, we got the hydrogen, and some of methane we have to blend it. We have to blend it our pre-filtered gas, which is already there. We have to blend it. Some of methane will blend it. So now the concentration. So ma'am, please can we go to the next two slides? Uh, uh, okay, slide number 15, ma'am. 15, 15. Okay, so now the chemical composition of our flue gas is here. The methane composition is 60 to 90. The ethane composition is 0 to 20. The propane composition is 0 to 20. The butane composition is 0 to 20. Carbon dioxide composition is 0 to 80. 0 to 8. Oxygen composition is 0 to 0.2. Nitrogen 0.5. Hydrogen sulfide 0.025, and some rare gas, that is argon or helium, that is 0 to 2. So now it is a typical composition of natural gas. So just imagine now, before whatever happened, the industry totally passed the gas, passed the flue gas via chimney, and it release out atmosphere and increase the greenhouse gas. But now, after purification and a refinery process, we got the flue gas as a natural gas, not equivalent to natural gas, not exactly natural gas, but it is equivalent to natural gas. So the flue gas, what will be extracted by through chimney, now it is turned into natural gas by our refinery process. So after natural gas, it formed a natural gas. We go through a biogas compressor. In biogas compressor, what we can do, in biogas compressor, we have to maintain 60 degree to 70 degree Fahrenheit temperature and 10 to 12 bar pressure, that is 3000 to 3600 psi pressure we have to maintain. In this temperature and in this pressure, the natural gas is converted to CNG, compressed natural gas. So just imagine the flue gas which is emitted from the industry and via increases the greenhouse gas emission. Now it is the flue gas is converted into simply CNG, compressed natural gas. So that is the magic of a refinery. That is the magic of a chemical process. That is the innovation by which we can make the flue gas to convert into CNG, compressed natural gas. So after we are not here limited, after compressed natural gas, we have also some amount of methane from the transformer that we have discussed. That methane is go through the methane reformation process. That's another process. In methane reformation process, the methane is react with water steam in 600 to 700 degree Kelvin. At this temperature, the methane react with water steam. After reaction, the methane each mole of methane, per 1 mole of methane, we got 3 mole of hydrogen and some of carbon monoxide. So 3 mole of hydrogen here we got after by investing 1 mole of methane. So these hydrogens are add with the CNG that we compressed, the CNG. Now the CNG, whatever we already done, our hydrogen is added with this, the blended with in an ambient temperature. So in a composition of 36 to 37% of hydrogen with 66 to 67 percentage of CNG. So there is a this is a hilarious composition. Hydrogen with CNG, it is making a new eco-friendly byproduct that is known as hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas, HCNG. So HCNG having a calorific value, according to my observation and my research activities, HCNG having a calorific value of 98.9 kilojoule, which calorific value is not given by any kind of natural gas, any kind of PNG gas, any kind of diesel, any kind of petrol, which are available till date in market. But this, the HCNG, whatever we discover, whatever we experimented, whatever we explore from the flue gas, hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas, having that capacity to be maintain a calorific value 98.9 kilojoule, also having a 8% of flame speed capacity, speed flame capacity. If we use in a vehicle against of petrol or diesel or natural gas or CNG, due to hydrogen addition, hydrogen having a self burn capacity. It burns self. So there is a lean combustion, no emission, zero emission. and having a high backfiring capacity. If you like use to be say by using diesel and petrol, the average mileage of bike is 40 to 50 kilometer. But using HCNG, the average mileage of vehicle is 70 to 80 kilometer. It is isn't it magic? So the bike which is having a fuel having a mileage of 40 to 45 or 50 to 55 average, it having suddenly a average of 60 to 70 due to its fuel saving capacity, due to its flame speed capacity, and also due to addition of hydrogen, due to addition of a blended composition of hydrogen CNG, it having 70% CO2 reduction. 70% means if you go through a vehicle or car 100 kilometer via diesel or petrol, you emit 16.6 kg of CO2 to the atmosphere. But by using HCNG, you will emit less than 4 kg of CO2 to our atmosphere. So why not? The flue gas which will emit to the atmosphere having a deadly greenhouse gas growth rate, but by using our industry's refinery concept, we make the flue gas to a HCNG, which will be an eco-friendly byproduct, which is not only used in our vehicle but also use our kitchen, but also our cooking activities, and also the LPG having a volumetric density high, for which kitchen accidents due to leakage of LPG gas cylinder, there is cooking accidents like fire activities are going on. But due to hydrogen addition in CNG, the gas having very lightweight. So if there is any leakage occurs, the gas is totally spread over the atmosphere. There is no existence of the gas at the leakage place. So if there is any fire activities occur, so there is no fire accident, leakage of HCNG, because the HCNG having very lightweight. So if there is no existence of gas there, so how the fire activities are going on? So HCNG having a good cooking fuel, good vehicle fuel, good energy fuel, which is generated from the flue gas by our chemical process. And also, I make you sure that go to the play 40, slide number 40, ma'am, please. Uh, yes, and here also that in this process, also some of carbon monoxides and carbon dioxides are also generated to yes, generated. To overcome this, to reduce this, we have carbon capture and storage concept. So in this concept, whatever we can do with the, we collect the CO2, all the CO2 by this process, we collect, gather all the CO2 and react with lithium zincronite, Li2ZrO3, lithium zincronite, with in the temperature of 700 Kelvin to 800 Kelvin temperature, in the presence of positive catalyst CaO, calcium oxide. At this temperature, while CO2 react with lithium zincronate, it makes CaCO3, calcium carbonate, known as dolomite. Man, known as dolomite is a powdered form of marble which is used in urea, used in fertilizer industry, used in pesticide industries. So how it is a process, how it is so is a uniform and sequential process by which we maintain the diversity of industries. We make a channel between a power plant with agriculture plant. We make a channel between a power plant with a fertilizer plant. We maintain a channel between a chemical fertilizer plants. So we can able to grow the economy of the agriculture sector, not only power sector, also agriculture sector, from just the waste. Just there is the raw investment is the air waste, nothing more. That is the air waste, that is the flue waste, which is generated from our industry and passed to the atmosphere. We just collect these airs and make our refinery process and go through very excited new eco-friendly byproducts. First of all, we catch the AlF3, aluminum fluoride, which is able to replace the cryolite, which is very expensive for the industry, but they have to use because they are bound to use, because they have to maintain the aluminum melting and boiling temperature. So we eradicate the fluoride and got aluminum fluoride, which is replaced the cryolite concept. Then we eradicate the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide and got H2SO4 and HNO3, which is used in fertilizer industry, chemical industry, food beverage industry, and packaging industry. After that we go through, after that we make a natural gas composition gas, which by adding by adding hydrogen and make a new byproduct which is known as HCNG, hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas. And according to my techno-economical analysis, I go through the whole blueprint of the project and make a analysis that moreover 40 to 45 rupees cost per liter of HCNG. So when is this day we have to invest 103 rupees per liter of petrol, we have to avail this HCNG with a minimal price, that is 40 to 45 rupees. Isn't a beneficial work? Isn't a worth it work, man? So we go, and also the our diesel and petrol segment is very much toxic and emitted CO2 very highly. But in SCNG there is 70% CO2 reductions. So which is from the our waste of the industry, the air waste of the industry. Then we got also the another new product, the dolomite or CaCO3, the powder form of a marble, which is again a new made to our agriculture industry, our fertilizer industry, which is used in urea, used in pesticides. Also, we can tackle the and tackle and make the efficient growth of agriculture industry via a power plant contribution, via power waste of a power plant not a power plant contribution, waste of a power plant contribution. If a power plant going to contribute itself, it's a, so much, but it's only waste can make a great revolution in the agriculture segment also by purify the waste. Then also we are going to make the concentrated liquid CO2, which is used in our dye ice production industry, our packaging industry, and food beverage industries, which having a market statistics price having per liter, that is 55 to 65 liters. So 55 to 65 per liter, that is rupees. So yeah, our the moreover, if I summarize the industrial, the refined industry that I am built, the prototype that I built, having zero emission, each and every corner, we are going to get a new byproduct which is eco-friendly, and that byproduct is having a tendency and having a requirement to the new to the another industry, means the waste of our industry having a raw investment of another industry. So we can got a mutual bond formation, mutual interaction, maintain a biodiversity formation between the power plant or manufacturing plant with the other coordinate industries like pharma industries, agriculture industry, pesticide industries, chemical fertilizer industries. So we can make a sustainable biodiversity. So by surplus the industrial waste, you also can able to make its own revenue, increase its own. So it's a good ROI, because industry maintain its green by not emission of flue gas, and also against of this it generates lots 6 to 7 numbers of biodiversity and eco-friendly products, which is very useful to our society, our community, our environment, and not any kind of hazardous activities or not any kind of emission activities are going on. So now we can see, or we can aim, or we can dream to be a power plant having no chimney, no air pollution, no air emission at all, and just go green, green industry. That's all.
So I hope our audience have learned so much about this project, and it has like inspired them to create and develop such sustainable options. So just to give you a little more credit, let's look at Ashutosh's journey throughout the whole the development of prototypes. So
Yes,
I'll just put the screen a little back, and yeah, I hope you can see them.
yes, yes.
I'll give it a minute. Yeah.
Uh, yes, these are the journeys. So in first slide that ma'am look over, that I participated in the slide number 16. Yes, yes. This is in Make in Odisha conclave in my first year, 2018. I first time showcased project industrial waste treatment plant in front of Honorable Subrat Bakshi sir, and BPUT of Odisha also there, and also the former vice chancellor of Sambalpur University, Dr. Deepak Kumar Behera also there. So I make myself very happy and very grateful that I able to pitch my idea in front of these dignitary personalities, and they are judge my project and refine my project as per as per their knowledge and integrity. Then the second one, and also in Make in Odisha conclave, I won the first prize in industrial oriented problem in 2018. Then the second one, slide number 17 is I yes I also participated in Smart Odisha Hackathon, and on there is also be a theme industrial oriented problems. So I also participated in that discipline industrial oriented problems, and also won the first prize there. And here there the our problem statement. Mr. Madan Mohan sir. Yes, Mr. Madan Mohan sir, which is the senior mission associate with them, and other dignitary persons, chairpersons are having a great experience in there. And also I won the first prize in Startup Odisha Hackathon. Also the pollution control board were there, and I am very much scared that I go through a sustainable design, whether there is maybe any kind of mistake by me. So they having cross. So how I tackle the that kind of dignitary, because they are the pollution control boards. So me as just a junior, or just a just a student which is a BTech, are going to explain the pollution concept to the pollution control board. So it's very much nervous. So but I make myself convenient with them. They are very much very uh, gentle person. They cooperate with me, cooperate with my idea. They appreciate my idea, and fortunately I go win the first prize, won the first prize in Startup Odisha also. Then after that, the slide number 18, ma'am. Yes. Then here in I awarded by Honorable CM Odisha and Navin Patnaik, Sri Jukta Navin Patnaik. Here I awarded by as a first prize in Smart Odisha Hackathon in 2018 in at a secretariat. It's very inspiring to me as a as a second year student of BTech, sorry, first year student of BTech, where there is a competitors of MTech and MBA levels. I am just a very junior in term of age, in term of knowledge, in term of experience and expertise. But my idea is innovated. I wish they uh, my idea is a little bit inside to their core of heart. They judge my idea that it having a level of integrity that a student having. So by God grace, I won the first prize here, and congratulated by CM Odisha, and having a cash award. I think that yes, 75,000 cash award in the secretariat. Yes. Then after that, okay, here. Yes. Then after making Odisha conclave and start up Odisha, I have a good scope. I am invited by Novel IPR Academy, Novel Intellectual Property Right Academy, and the Kalam Institute of Health and Technology, Visakhapatnam, to participate in World IP Day, World Intellectual Property Day. And I am a single student which will represent Odisha in 2019 month of November. And fortunately I won the third prize. And they are also appreciated me to go for patent of your project, of your prototype. It's a good project having a high innovative range and a high integrity range, so go for patent. So at Nobel IPR Academy, with collaboration of KIHT, Kalam Institute of Health and Technology, I patent my prototype under the Act of 1970 and patent rules of 2003. uh, and go for, and this patent still it is still is in process, and verify all rounds. My patent is completed and verify all round. The only the hard copy is just pending. After the hard copy, I am successfully patent this prototype. So after that, in page number 20, okay. So in page number 20, yes. So my 10th from Saraswati Vidya Mandir Gatirhat Patna Keshavdam, which I can't describe the institute. I completed my whole tripulations. It is a good institute, very having, because my base, my pillars, they are my the pillars which built the Ashutosh Behera. where am I there for the reason. They invited me, and I am appreciated and awarded by Vidya Bharati, Akhila Bharatiya Gyan Vigyan Mela in 2018. Okay, then 21. Uh, Yes, yes. So then after that, as I mentioned, I am a student of Sambalpur University Institute of Information Technology, former student, not a student now. I am a former student because I am already passed. So I also felicitated by Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor of Sambalpur University, Dr. Deepak Kumar Behera and Dr. Nurpuraj Sahu, OS, in Sambalpur University, and some of other dignitary persons. So this is the whole journey by which I gain experience, knowledge. So that overall the conclusion that that my plant, which whatever I did. So my plant, the waste treatment plant, not a waste treatment plant. You can say series of waste treatment plant by which we can reduce the fluoride, reduce the sulfur dioxide, reduce the nitrogen dioxide, and against of that we got some of new eco-friendly byproducts like aluminum fluoride, our concentrated H2SO or concentrated HNO3, which is readily collaborate with the power plant to the next industries like our food beverage industry, packaging industry, pharma industry, agriculture industry, pesticide industry, chemical industry, avionics industry. So much industries are here and there which are ready to integrate with the power plants. We make a opportunity, we make a platform to integrate these power plants with these industries and make a sustainable and biodiversity and green concept by which there is a zero emission, there is a green concept arise, and there is a increase in its plant's monetization infrastructure also. The plant also not only go a queued for sustainable development, sustainable, not like that, because as long as we go through the environment, as long as we go through the sustainable, we have to also be sustainable with our economics also, because if the GDP will crash, then there is no meaning of environment, there is no meaning of sustainable. So in this prototype, I'll not only have a focus on environment and ecology, but also having a focus of industries, economy, infrastructure also, because the industry having also also want a good ROI na. If we are going to invest in just a little example, that if you are going to pursue a course, you have to invest some amount, then you go through the placement scenario, then what are the placements, what are the ROI, what are the return on invest. If I spend 56,000, also I want to a placement of monthly 1 lakh or 12 lakhs of annum. Yes, I have willing to good ROI. So plant, if a plant or power plant or industry having a good invest in its sustainability, in its environment and its infrastructure to develop a green industry, so he and the plant also want a good ROI na? So we also by this concept, as we generate much more renewable byproducts, that is HCNG, hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas, our concentrated H2SO for concentrated HNO3, ALF3, which is replaced cryolite, concentrated liquid CO2, and also dolomite, which are 5 to 6 numbers of byproducts, which is sellable by the plants, and its income rate is income, sorry, monetization infrastructure is good enough. It's a sustainability maintained, its economy also maintained. It's in a balancing order. So I would like to be said that it's a green industry with no emission, zero emission. So thank you.
I hope Ashutosh has served you all as an inspiration and you have inculcated yourselves with enthusiasm to make this green industry a little more successful and you play your part there. So to make this session a little bit more interactive, so we have some questions that people want to ask Ashutosh. So do you mind?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Obviously.
So we have heard about your innovation, and I'm pretty sure it was not a cakewalk. So just tell our audience what challenges did you face, and how this thing actually brought into existence.
Uh, so that the journey is very much crucial. That first in 3 to 4 months, that my project work start from month of no, month of September 2018. But from month of January 2018, I start my journey, collected some data from by going different industry, like go to Nalco, go to NTPC, go to some different power plants here, our Lanco, here Jindal. So visit this raw, visit the industry, be a like employee. I involve that surrounding, maintain myself, and get knowledge how much their pollutions are going on. Is there maintaining the pollution criteria or not? What kind of pollution behavioral are there? Is it is the pollutions rate are maintaining by the pollution control board or not? Is there any kind of hindrance activities are going on? So to get to gather all the data and to understand the plant anatomy, I have to reach out 3.5 months. Then after 3.5 months, I go for the blueprints. I go through some inorganic chemistries, go through some R&D activities, make myself to go through some skill development programs in environment and energy, some inorganic chemistry aptitudes. I go through some NPTEL programs also in LPTN, IIC Bangalore, and also IIT Roorkee. I enroll myself some inorganic chemistry kind of programs, applied inorganic chemistries. So then I have a brief idea, brief tools which I can now. I have a problem statement already by culture of 3 to 4 months. I have, but not that kind of knowledge and potential to replace this, to make a real kind of prototype, or make a working prototype, or make a blueprint. So these tools, after gaining these tools, I make able to having a skeleton structure of my prototype, or a real type of scenario of my prototype. Then I go pass through some techno-economical analysis problem, that I am a technical student. My aptitude is innovate things, not monetize things, because I have not idea of how labor manage, how human resource manage, how monetization manage, how the maintenance cost. That kind of idea not I have. Still not I have. But I have the idea and aptitude of innovate, having a technical aptitude, having a new technology, having a new curriculum. That my aptitude. So I strict to my strength, I strict to my potential, that yes, there might be opportunity, there might be a grab. So rebuild, experience, explore, experiment. It's the term of life, it's the term of philosophy. So having experiment, having explore, and experience. So this is the three is my main motto, main concept of my whole journey projects.
Okay, so now tell me, how is this model actually different from carbon capture, utilization, and storage model?
Uh, that Yes, carbon capture. Okay, so carbon capture and storage, it's a concept which is only reduce the carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide, CO and CO2 only. This is a subjective industrial waste treatment in which we can only eradicate CO and CO2. But in my waste treatment or series of waste treatment plant, I eradicate the fluoride, I eradicate the CO, I eradicate the CO2, I eradicate the hydrogen sulfide, I eradicate the methane. So several ozone layer depletion, several greenhouse gases, and not only one or two. I can able to, my prototype can able to eradicate or remove out near about 6 to 7 greenhouse gas emit greenhouse gases from our industry's flue gas. So it is very much different, not a little bit different. It's very much different from a traditional carbon capture storage. Yes, you can say the carbon capture storage is a subjective part from my power plant, my industry, what I have to plant. That is subjective part only. There is a program, not the plant from my side. Okay.
So, are there any fun, memorable experiences in your journey? We would love to hear them.
Yes, not fun. I have some hilarious kind of activities. So fun, not fun, but having a very afraid or very fear kind of activities while I participating in Make in Odisha Conclave. In Make in Odisha Conclave, we have 36 hours of continuous innovation presentation. We are not bound to sleep. We are You can't sleep. There is no rest, just a simple restroom there. You can just fresh out or chill out or having a seat. Okay, go. then again go to your project and having a refine. The continuous 36 hours 36 hours of hackathon. So in my first attempt, as I am belong from a basic Odia medium background, so that in my first attempt I am very much nervous in form of Subrat Bakshi, in term of our IIT professors, IIT Bhubaneswar professors from ISRO, some of scientists are come, ex-scientists are come from ISRO also to judge the projects, also pollution control board also. So I am very much nervous. So what I can explain in front of them, I can't know that what I can go. Just I go with flow. So in first phase of interaction, they strictly say told to me, we can't go through your project. We can't understand your project. What are you saying? It's not understandable, it's not markable, it's not readable. What are we going to do? There is a big setup of your project, but there is nothing. So I am very much affected and very much nervous, and also they told me a warning action: tomorrow 7 a.m., if you are not clear about your project, if you are not clearly make ourselves understand regarding your project, you are simply eliminated. So I am very much tensed. I go to the washroom and having upset mood and go to the restroom, call with my parents, having a conversation with my parents, having conversation with my colleagues. They motivate me, and I write I write a script. Whatever I make sure to understand themselves, I write a script, just memorize it, and tomorrow 7 a.m. I fluently almost fluently speak in English with some Hindi to them, and able to make themselves understand, and they are pleased and directly for promote me to the second stage of participation. Otherwise, I eliminate totally eliminated. So it's a horrible and very fearful experience. And also in between, I have a stress journey. I learn the what is the value of stress, what is the value of what is the value of stress, and how to maintain the state with your strength, to defeat the stress, how to maintain your strength. I learned there, and it's a totally memorable totally memorable concept that I can never eradicate from my mind.
It was such a
Okay.
roller coaster from, not being able to qualify and then to have, like, finally get
Yes,
your
yes.
project
First
patent.
prize.
It's such, it is such a journey.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So I'm not means in my room, that is there is 96 projects from all India in Making Odisha Conclave. Making Odisha Conclave. In I think that I am the junior one, least junior one. I am participating as a first year of BTech. Whether there is participants of MTech, MBA, so I am very much afraid. And they are going some highly coding skills, Python, JavaScripts. They are coding, they having laptops. I have not laptop also at that time. I am not laptop. How do I display my total PPT? I don't know. So I just borrow a laptop from my from the neighboring team to while presenting. So till the 36 hours, I have not a single laptop. So I just borrow here and there a laptop, and I present the total PPT. So it's very fun, and they also supposed to be surprised that you go through the first phase. How? So that's a fun. That's a totally dramatical journey. So up and down, sine wave, cos wave type of journey.
So we have been talking about sustainability for like the whole hour. So how, in terms of implementation, it is suitable for medium to small micro enterprises?
Okay, from small to medium. Likely to be said that in total sustainability, whatever I discussed you, that we want more amount of flue gas. So if a industry having an industry, let it assume that a industry having a 200 megawatt of energy. So 200, if an industry having generate 200 megawatt of energy, it having less polluted air emission. So if the industry having less air of pollution, so but our infrastructure is not small, na? Because my infrastructure, whatever my refinery infrastructure is same for all the industry. So if your industry having a economical cost and average economical cost of 1.5 crores, so my refinery plant also having the same constant economical cost effect to the plant. So the industries who having the bulk amount of air waste, or another word you may say that the if small industries, like is in the industry having 200 megawatt, another industry having 150 megawatt, another having 300 megawatt industry, they are having small scale industries, and they make a cluster, and total their emissions are shared by me via power plant, via pipeline. So the industry who have been respective, the 300 megawatt having high air waste, the 200 megawatt having medium air waste, the 150 megawatt having less air waste. According to their air waste, they are giving to their byproducts, or they are giving to their SCNG, or any kind of sustainable byproducts what I have to give them. So it vary, not it will be not be summarized that the industry having a small scale it will be implementable, or it having a large scale it will be implementable. It will be implementable everywhere, it will be totally adaptive. But in a one condition, that it is like it is a waste treatment plant, so the waste is as much as a high. So a large scale industry having a high intensity of pollution, so the infrastructure that I built, the infrastructure is totally suitable to the large scale industries, and it is convenient to them because they are willing to invest a large amount, and they are go through the good return on investment. If the small scale industries are going to invest on this, I suggest that small scale industries are make a cluster that 5 to 6 of industries are coming, and make a group. Their total air waste give to me, then I make a purify by eco-friendly byproduct and reach out to them according to their shareholders. So it's convenient to all kind of industries or all kind of enterprise according to their comfort zone, or their availability of waste air. So
So we'd also like to know about your supporting pillars. Who supported you, motivated you throughout your journey?
so supported also, as my parents, my father and mother, they are not that kind of literacy range, not that kind of knowledge area to give me a hand on my project, but they are very much aware about the scenarios that what we are going on the current atmosphere, current environment. So they are ready to and motivate me, and mentally motivate me, and also not a cross question that why you go through this, because I am a student of electronics, but I make my career in terms of sustainability and environment and energy. So why you go through the career, they never ask me a question, or never cross me a question, or never investigate in my research books or research area. So why you go through, why you not go through, there is a very much scope in IT fields, there is very much scope in electronics field, why you not to go a garbage job, why you go through here and there, go research and innovations, why these kind of questions I never felt from themselves. So they are good motivators at each corner and each point. They motivate me, inspire me, and also suggest me, as we are social animals, we have a tendency to contribute to our society, our intellectuality, our thoughts, our science, that we gain from our society, we will have to return to our society at any cost, any man. That why maybe we are a sustainable, because we are not able to maintain the sustainable. If we are not sustainable, why? If you are not happy, how we make other happy? If my knowledge or area are not sustainable, how we make the background or how we make the environment sustainable? So I make self to contribute my society, and my parents each and every corner support me and motivate me. After that, my faculties, some of faculties that I make name, Dr. or Bajra Panjar Mishra, and our the faculty Sivram, Dr. Sivram Panigrahi, and Devrata Dansana. These are faculties uh, who are who are day to day in my day to day life. They are thorough with me, totally thorough with me, totally thorough with my activities. And this Dr. Sivram Panigrahi, will take me to that position, always motivate me. Having a network, having a discussion with the Hindalco R&D team, having discussion with the Vedanta R&D team, having discussion with our Tata Power, Western Tata Power team regarding my project. They keep with me. They keep with me, and having a demonstration or having an idea piece in front of them. Maybe the idea are suitable to them, so they developed the skills, they developed my optimize my thinking perspectivity, the faculties in my career. And all total, the almighty will be always with me, always with everybody, and help them. So these are my pillars. So still that they are motivated, because I am not still I am still working, I am still working to refine the projects day to day, day to day. So they are still motivate me. I am now I am in front of you all.
So the next question is for audience, but there is no activity. So hop up in the comment section, hype up a guy. So he can share out what ideas you should have as an innovators, what things you should keep in mind before innovating something. So what do you say about that?
Again, ma'am, I can't got it. Again, can we?
So what kind of advice and ideas should young innovators, have before innovating?
Okay, yes. So in my early days or beginning days, whatever, what the difficult trap that I feel, the students or young or youth innovators are felt a confusion, the innovation and invention, innovation and, mark my words, innovation and invention. Because invention is a totally different segment. Invention is a idea that is doesn't totally never exist in the world. The in the people or the individual who is coming with a new, total new product, new prototype, which is a new thesis, new report, or new formulation, which is never ever exist in the world, that is innovation. But invention, sorry, invention. But innovation is a different time, different terminology. In innovation, there is a idea, there is a prototype, there is a working project, which have been a traditional concepts, and it have been not that kind of proper efficiency as it have, as it having, but as it having, it have not that kind of proper efficiency. But if you can able to draw the diagram of its lags, draw the graphs of its lags, how it will be work better, how it will be work more efficiently with a better evaluated or better techno-economical idea, then it is might be very helpful to our economy or to our society. Because a totally new idea may not be have the proper grab or proper hand in this running society. But a idea which having a high existence, which having a high contribution to our society, if it may be refined by a youth or by an innovator or by an individual, it's very much high impact towards GDP, towards sustainability. So people have to get a base, people or youth who are make themselves as a innovation, as innovators, as an innovator thinking aptitude. They are very much clear about that. They are go through the innovation process. If there is any kind of go through some articles, go through some publications, go through some research activities by your faculties or professors who are going, or PhD holders, ask them what are the running scenario, what are the running projects, what are the in a different subjective areas. If your idea or frequency match their ideas, go through the publications, go through the studies, go through the thesis. And if there are any kind of lag or find by yourself, lag, yes, this prototype may be developed, may be more optimistic, more be optimized by us. Okay, clean out clean out the drags, clean out the lags, clean out the drawbacks, and make a new eco-friendly product and showcase it in a different platform. And the second one, people in these days are very much believe in theoretical ideas, because the online concepts in the pandemic are totally ruined. So the technical aptitudes, the practical aptitudes are not more as like as it had. So I have a suggestion that if in any area, my area is energy, environment, and sustainability. If your area is electronics, if your area is electrical, if your area is computer science or IT, you have a hands-on practice, hands-on skills. You grab the skills, grab the tools, then come up with your innovative idea with a better blueprint in front of any jury and any judge. Be sure, believe on me, you can make convince to them, and your idea will be congratulated and appreciated everywhere. Mm.
So, lastly, Ashutosh, looking at all your success, and we can definitely see that you focus a lot more on skill and practical based. So we
Yes,
at
yes.
9SEM, we are also working towards the same goal to get engineering students, no, basically core engineering students, to get them industry and job ready. So
Mhm.
through our courses, we do basically we get you job ready. We tell you what are the practical aspects of core and non-IT students. If you want to know more about it, we have the team. They can share the link of courses with you, and you can explore them, and I hope get you the same platform as Ashutosh is right now. So,
Yes, yes.
lastly, a word of thanks to you. We
Yes.
humbly thank you. We are so mesmerized by your innovation, and the prototype
Thank
is
you.
just so good. I hope the audience have learned a lot from your experience and knowledge. 9SEM wishes you such a luck, much luck to you for your future endeavors. I hope you remember us on your timeline.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my opportunity that that NinthSem do such activities that make like our community to be a greater social platform, to make pitch our idea much more connectivity, much more networks. That these videos may be very helpful to the young innovators, or maybe we are helped by any kind of another small scale or large scale startups or any kind of companies. So it's a very much good initiative, good initiations are that you coming on, that I visit your sites. You go through very much kind of energy meet engineer programs. So it's my my goodness that I am be a part and make my pitch ready in front of all the live participants and in front of you. Thank you to Ninth Sem from my also.
So I read somewhere in the comments what is the good, guru mantra for getting industry ready. So the person who asks it, it's not a guru mantra, it's courses and it's gurus who teach you all of that. So my team would be posting a link of courses and the link of websites, so you can, each of you can go through that, explore, and then get yourself industry ready. So signing
Yes,
off today as 9SEM. We hope you the best, Ashutosh, and I hope the best to all of your audience who have such been a sport today. So yeah, see you in other sessions, and we hope you all do great in your lives. Thank you.
yes. Thank you, ma'am.